All right, y'all. Hopefully, um, this will work out pretty good. I had to come inside because my laptop is not charged. So I thought I was fixing to be comfortable, but maybe not. I'll put it here. Put it here. I'm not fixing to be holding on to this. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Maybe put the logo this way. Get comfortable. I had to rush in real quick. I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even see the screen. It was so dark. Anyway, yes, give it a couple of more minutes and then we'll get started. I'm on time today. And it was nice out because it's been raining, so it's not as hot as it normally would be. It's about 87 degrees. Find my niche. There's my moderator. Woo. And I hope y'all can hear me because I got the ceiling fan on. Yes, yes, yes. What time is it? All right. We'll get started here in a second. In a second. Razier, are you still here? Deborah, find my niche. Yes. Hope everybody's weekend is going pretty good. Hopefully. So I'm inside. I'm in the little TV room here. I would have loved to, but not, I have the stupid laptop plugged up, but it's not doing anything. Let me make sure. So, yeah, we'll get it. We'll get this party started. Happy Sunday and all that other good stuff. Pull this over. Got my feet kicked up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't think I might have been lacking this today and not posted the link to the live on Facebook, but in the event, I don't think I did. So most of y'all should be coming straight in through the YouTube app, and I don't have to explain that if you're out in the vestibule to click on the opening browser and come on in the room where the live chat is, click on live chat and let me know where you are watching from. Ginger Tea, how are you? Yes, let me know. And don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and all that other good stuff. Yeah. So, yes. Alrighty. So for those of you following closely, you know that I am in Ghana. I am in the Upper East region, Bogatanga. And it's hot up here, y'all. It's hot. It's hot. But actually, it is, considering that it's been in the 100s every day. So today it's like 80 something because I think we're entering the rainy season. It's not supposed to be until I think June, but I think it's here now. So the temperature has cooled off slightly. It's about 87 degrees right now. So it's all good. And it did look like it was about to, the clouds were coming in like it was about to storm. Okay, find my niche. You have an e-commerce store. Is it up and running? You got to let me know if it's up and running so I can put it up in the banner. Oh, let me put my little banner up here. Not for nothing, y'all. I got real sleepy about an hour ago, and then me and the mister had to have a little conversation, and it wore me out. And so I got it ran over into nap time. So I got about 30 minutes of sleep. And when that alarm went off, I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not ready. I want to go to sleep. I started to cancel so I could just go to sleep. But I said, no, let me go ahead and get this started on Spotify. Okay. If you can type in the link and let me know what, type your link to your store, and then I'll put it up in the banner. That's the type of stuff that I do. I know shipping to Africa is horrible. Maybe I can find something and send it to my sister or something. But yeah, if y'all have stores and different stuff like that, hey Natty girl, put it in the thing, and I can run it in the link. So people that come in here can check it out and see what y'all got going on, as well as myself. Yeah. So all right. So with the it's enough, folks. Listen, I don't know. I'm not gonna claim a black cloud over me because I actually like Ghana. Um, but I read an article. This article popped up, and then once I read that article, they be stalking you on this internet. Once I read that article, then stuff started popping up, and I um started seeing different things, videos and stuff. I told y'all in the last live that Ghana is experiencing a real serious inflation hike. They went from like 19 point something in April to 23.6 or something like that in May. So their inflation is up, up, up. I mean, it's way up. And so now this other thing has come out saying Ghana, the one that I saw was from the BBC. And, they going to always make it seem like it's worse than what it is. But the BBC came out, and then it started coming out from all sorts of different medias, different platforms. Ghana has been ranked like the second most expensive country in the world globally. And how they factor that is the price of a home, the price to buy land or a house versus the income. And it shocked me. It shocked the socks off of me because I'm like, what have I done? What have I done? And I'm gonna touch on it in a moment because I'm here. I got 2 years left to ride out on this visa. And as it stands right now, I don't really plan to go anywhere. And this is crazy. And I'm just going to let y'all in on some stuff, like when I was in East Africa, I was like, oh yeah, I'm safe. I'm this, I'm that, and blah, blah, blah. But since I've been here in this past 2 weeks, Ghana has had some stuff going on. Now, I don't know what they headed for. And I can fully understand where the people are coming from. So if you know anything about anything, you know that when people get to a point where they feel like they have no outlet, nobody is listening to them, they have no money. Well, they have the money that they've had all along, that from doing whatever it is that they do. But now with that money, they can't afford to buy food. So they start doing other stuff. So there have been some fatal robberies, and there have been some disputes that resulted in some fatalities. And y'all, not for nothing, these boys, y'all complaining about stuff in the U.S. these boys over here ain't playing around. They hauling off with these choppers, these AK-47s, and they mean business. And so in some areas where it's really bad, it's getting to that point. And they just had another some type of incident with the police. But the difference, let me tell y'all the difference between them and us. So my understanding, and you can probably Google this, find this somewhere on the news feed. Something happened. The person that got arrested ended up dead. And not for nothing, his people said, we want to know why. And they didn't just want to know why. They went up in and start burning stuff and shooting and doing all sorts of, like, y'all ain't just gonna kill one of ours and not give us a good enough reason. So on the way to Tamale, I went to Tamale yesterday. Tamale. Tamale is the third largest city in Ghana. And I was shown there's like a million checkpoints now. So I was one of the checkpoints here in the Upper East was one of the places that was attacked, and they burned it. They set it on fire, and they did all sorts of stuff. So it's getting a little thick in Ghana. We're gonna just term it that, because I'm not here to put out negative publicity until I fully know what's really going on here. So hopefully, and so let's just state for the record, when I left in the United States in 2020, I went to East Africa. I went to Tanzania because it was one of the countries that had all their borders open. They was like, the president was like, he ain't shutting down nothing. His people need to eat. And that was that. So a lot of people ended up going to Tanzania. And hey, Smart Money Chick. So this was one of the reasons. I had never even been to Tanzania before, but this was one of the reasons why I ended up in Tanzania, because they had no restrictions. They did not close down their borders. We were not wearing masks, and they were not, when the vaccinations came out, they didn't want it, flat out. And then, as you know, what happened after that, the president ended up dead after that. I'm just saying. Kenya kind of shut their borders down, but they implemented some strict measures. You got to be tested to get in and get out of Kenya. And I think Ghana shut down completely, quarantined the whole 9 yards. And then afterwards, they came back when they kind of opened the borders and said that you had to be vaccinated to get into Ghana. Now, with that, there's more people in this world that are anti-vax than are pro-vax. And a lot of people didn't like that. They even went so far as to say to the airlines, if you bring in unvaccinated people to our country, we will fine you $3,500 per person. Not Ghana CDs, but $3,500 per person. So I think that put the brakes on a lot of people coming to Ghana, which affected their bottom line. Because if you're not familiar, in 2019, Ghana hosted the Year of Return to all Africans in the diaspora, that whether you were Ghanaian or not, to come back home to Ghana. They apologized for their part in slavery. Excuse me, I'm digging. And it's hot up in here. So they made billions of dollars in 2019 off of that tourism. A lot of people said it was a sham, but I actually enjoyed it. I went twice in 2019 to Ghana, and I enjoyed myself. And so now you come off of that into 2020, and we got this pandemic. We got this bullcrap going on and shutting down. And y'all went from, so to speak, balling out of control to nothing, because now your borders are closed. Everything is closed off. And then a year after that, you still put in these ridiculous stipulations on everything. And it even went so far as I knew that I was coming to Ghana, possibly coming to Ghana back in December, January. And so they had a list of, they said if you couldn't get into Ghana unless you had a vaccine. And I was like, well, I guess I ain't coming to Ghana. And my friend was like, go ahead and get the vaccine. You need to get it. You need to get it. And I was like, I'm not taking that bullshit, like, miss me with that. So after several conversations, I went ahead in February, the beginning of February, and got my vaccine. Matter of fact, it was the end of January and the beginning of February, I got the second dose. And now when I went to do that, Ghana had come out with this list saying these certain vaccines were the only ones that they were accepting. And unfortunately, it wasn't one that I got. Okay. So I'm like, now what is wrong with Ghana? What is going on with them? So I moved on, ended up in Kenya. And so now it's like, okay, I'm going to Ghana. I said in my mind, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't know they had a list and take the little vaccine that I had and go ahead and try to get in the country anyway. And so when I looked it up, now they're saying, oh, they'll take any vaccine. Long as you've been vaccinated, they'll take it. Because who wasn't on the list was the Chinese vaccination. They did have the Russian vaccine, the Sputnik 5, which is the one that I wanted. And I say it all the time. The Sputnik 5 is the vaccine that I wanted. So it is the only one that I know of that went through a 12-month, 3-phase clinical trial period. And it was, one of them is using a dead virus and one is using a synthetic virus. So those two were actually the only two that I were willing to get. And I really wanted the Russian vaccine. If you're in here, if you're just coming in, welcome. Let me take a break here. Up on my banner, you will see Find My Niche. She has an e-commerce store. And if you have a store or you sell things online or whatever it is, the name of it, put it up here and I'll run it in my banner while I'm talking. So make sure you all copy that and put it, check it out and see what she got. Might be something you really dig in. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that was my public service announcement. Also, let me state that none of my videos are sponsored by anybody. I do's it how I do's it. Okay, thank you. So back on to Ghana. I believe all of that affected Ghana's bottom line. It had to have, because look where they are. They're in this high, I don't think they're as bad off as Turkey, but they're in this high inflation. And the people are complaining. Watch shows on the local news and stuff like that. And where people were saying where they used to spend 80 cedis to go buy, I think, a case of fish or something. These are the people that cook food and sell it in different places that have been established for years. Now they're saying they're paying 300 cedis for this very same case. The fishermen are saying that the price of petrol is so high that they can't, they're not even breaking even. So on the way to Tamale, we filled up. And before, when I was in 2019, when I was in Ghana, they sell petrol by the liter here. So when I was here in 2019, it was about $5.20 5.20 cedis per liter. Yesterday, it was almost 10 cedis per liter. And I was like, wow, that's a big difference. So if not used to the metric system, there's like, I believe 4 liters per gallon or something like that. And in 2019, 5 cedis equal $1. So it was in 2019, it was about 4 cedis $4 per gallon. So now it's about, because now it's 7 cedis per $1. So you're looking at almost like maybe $5 per gallon. That doesn't seem like a big increase, but when your money doesn't increase, it's a huge increase. So it went from a little over 5 cedis per liter to almost 10 cedis per liter. So they are making world news. I just can't believe it. Another thing that I would like to believe is a factor, and I said it in my other videos as well, especially when I was referencing the Gambia, a place that I have never been and have no intentions of visiting. I may visit it just for the sake of putting a check mark next to one of my 54 African countries, but we as foreigners, I'm just going to say foreigners, I ain't going to say black, white, or indifference. We as foreigners, we come to these places and we get excited. So we get excited, and the first thing that we do is we find the expensive apartments and we build big old houses that your ass wouldn't build if you was back in the United States. Now all of a sudden you over here balling out of control, and you don't take into consideration where you're building this stuff. So you got these big old houses that are coming up everywhere. No mortgages over here. It's pay as you go. It's affecting the local economy. It's just like if you were to go to the hood and build a McMansion. Now you've put a damper on the low taxes and the low cost of living in that neighborhood. You've brought a little bit of money to that neighborhood, and it's raised the cost of everything. Well, remember the people here. Before I left Kenya raised their minimum wage. I think their equivalent minimum wage was $110 US per month, and they raised it to $130 US a month. And you know as well as I that you can't afford to live off of that in the United States. Hardly nowhere. But these people manage. So when we come in flaunting our dollars, even though they say, come start a business, come do this, come do that, it affects the bottom line. I don't care who you are and what you say and how you say it. Get your mind right. If you come to Africa, you need to bring your money and start a business. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. And then you want to say, well, I'm going to pay my people really good and I'm going to pay them X amount of dollars. Like I even had somebody come for me in the comments and tell me I should be like some other content creator and maybe pay my people extra and not talk to them so harshly. First of all, I talk to everybody harshly. And if your feelings get hurt, your feelings just be damn hurt, because that's the way I talk. Don't talk to me. Okay, real simple. Second of all, I did pay a little bit extra and they still didn't, the things are like you rifling through my stuff. I'm not with it. And I'm not going to be nice to you at all. But when you do that, now it's expected of the next person, the next foreigner that comes in, to pay that same rate. They think that we're stupid. I was paying maybe 2 or 3 times the amount that these cleanup people get. And when you look at how much they're making, you're like, oh my God, they're going to come in and clean up the whole house and do this and that. For what? For how much? For $3 or $4. It's unheard of, but for them, it's a living. So in your heart, when you're soft-hearted, you be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give them a little bit more. It affects the bottom line across the board. It's a ripple effect, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So and that's another reason why when we come here, people look at us like, oh, they're rich. I'm considered to be like poverty. I'm poverty. I'm really poverty stricken here in Ghana, y'all. My freaking internet. I have missed out on so many tutoring sessions because as soon as I log in, as soon as it's time for the student to call, my internet goes kaput. At any given moment, the internet just goes out, and I'm pretty sure it's the structure. But I'm about to remedy that tomorrow. So, it's just across the board, the whole thing. So this whole 2 weeks, like there's like been zero money made, hardly any. I tutor online and we have to make a minimum amount of money in order to get paid. So I didn't even make the minimum this week. It's like, dang, okay, what am I do? But I'm good. I'm good. Everything is everything. So with that, I'm just like, what have I done? It seems like everything that's can happen, or I can't even say can happen. Bad timing. Okay, so we come here, the economy is bad. I come here and I can't get on to my tutoring sessions. It's all effective. Luckily, I do have like a little support system here, and it hasn't bothered me at all because that person is in a position to take care of business. But that's his business, not my business. You know what I'm saying? Like I still haven't learned how to I am what they call an aggressive American woman. And everybody keeps saying, shut your mouth, shut your mouth. I just can't. I cannot. And I need to feel like I'm doing something. At this very moment, I don't have to work. I don't have to do nothing. But I can't operate like that. I need to do something. So I'm about to adjust and adapt again and move to a place where I can get my money flowing, because I did go look at some really nice apartments in Tamale yesterday. And I like Tamale. There were stores, there was malls, there was everything. Like I said, it's the third largest city in Ghana. I guess behind Accra, and I'm going to assume it's going to either be Kumasi or Cape Coast is number 2. Not really sure, but I liked it. It was pretty neat, and I'm not even going to tell you how low the prices on these places were. I'll discuss it after I get into one of them, but and I did not film anything because it wasn't a spur of the moment. It was like, okay, we're going to Tamale this weekend to look at this X, Y, and Z. And then nothing else was said. And then it's like, are you ready? Ready for what? So we got serious communication problem going on as well. So enjoy the ride. Hold on for dear life. Because when I tell you I was scared out of my wits, they drive crazy here. And they got the absolute biggest craters. I can't even call them potholes. They got to be sinkholes. It's awful. And so you flying down the road and there go you slamming on the brakes. I said it before and I'll say it again. If you somebody that know how to repair brakes, you need to come to Africa, because ain't nowhere in the world. These people got to be going through brakes like crazy, because all of them, they'll fly up to the speed bumps, which are humongous, or these craters in the road, and just slam on the brakes. And it's just like, oh my God, as a retired truck driver, my blood be boiling. It's not that I'm scared. That should be making me mad as hell, because I want to know why you driving so horribly. It's terrible. Back to this topic. One of the gentlemen that was helping us look for a place, he made mention that these apartments or these places to live were hard to come by in Tamale for whatever reason. I don't know if there's going to be a migration to Tamale. I hope not, at least not for people that are not local. Not saying I don't like y'all, nothing like that, but dang, y'all be ruining it. I'm just saying. But he did say that these apartments were hard to come by, and I don't know why. I don't know what the industry is in Tamale yet either. But I do know that recently here, they just finished and opened their international airport. So if that's any indication of how Tamale is growing, because everybody just don't get an international airport, it's growing by leaps and bounds. And so hopefully this will be someplace. I meant to bring my shea butter too. I did get I got a big bowl of shea butter, and I put it in like a Tupperware container. And yes, I'm so happy. I'm so very, very happy. But I did notice the price on that was even kind of high. So actually, maybe it wasn't. I don't know how much it is. I mean, how much it weighs to know. Because 1 pound, I think those balls that I had, I can't remember. But so this was equivalent to, I have to remember that the CD, what do you call it? The CD is depreciating or appreciating? It's depreciating. So in 2019, it was 5 CDs to $1. So this would have been $4. So now it's 7 CDs to $1. So it's less than $3. So maybe not. And but like I said, it's quite a bit. So I don't know if it's a pound or what that I have. Yeah. So anyway, let me go down the comments and see what y'all saying over there. I'm not ready to totally hitch it up and go somewhere else to another country. I'm going to see what happens here in Ghana. Like I said, I got 2 years left on this visa and I'm planning on milking it for all it's worth. But Senegal is just down the road. So I don't think I want to stop through Sierra Leone. These might be some of my backpacking adventures maybe next year or something, or the end of this year. But right now, I'm trying to just get reestablished because I almost had a moment because I did leave so much stuff behind. I lost a lot of stuff from Tanzania to Kenya due to theft, and then I lost the rest of it just trying to minimize and get over here to West Africa. So I'm like, I got to start over again, yet again. And the way they do stuff here, you can get a furnished apartment, and they're like twice the amount as an unfurnished apartment. So I'm trying to still be cheapo depot and, do my own thing or whatever, because I know me. But anyway, let me get over here to these comments. If y'all have any questions, I'm sure, put them in here. Let's see, I follow several. Yeah, there's lots of people let me just state for the record, when I came in 2019, I want to say they said there was about 40,000 African Americans in Ghana that had been living here. Now, the problem back then, I believe Nana Addo was just getting into office, and there was a lot of red tape and rigmarole trying to get citizenship and residency and different things here in Ghana. So that was another reason why I did come to Ghana, because I know they super duper slow. And, they're like, okay, here you go. Don't worry about it. We're working on it. Just, be patient. And it was years before the first wave of people. I think the first person was Rita Marley that got her residency here. And it took them over 3 years to get her residency. And I don't know, for those of you that don't know, for whatever reason, Jamaica and Africa, they have a really, really good relationship. And most of them do not even need visas to get into these countries in Africa, unlike the US, where they hate us and we need all these stupid visas and everything. But I can honestly say over here, it's much more reasonable. I do not know what it is now, but in 2018, 19, whatever it was, 2019. Yeah, it was 2019, because I came in March. I waited to the last minute and I had to expedite. So I paid a little bit extra for my visa. I got a 5-year visa and I paid $240. And that was with the rush fee that I put on it to get it within a couple of weeks of me leaving. Yeah, I know. I'm a professional procrastinator. And so a 5-year visa for $240. Okay. Real simple. So that's all I know about in Ghana. And that's what I'm here on. And I've spoken to a person in immigration. And we got to understand it. So I won't be over here and them telling me, well, what you're doing is illegal. That's not going to happen. Hopefully he told me the right thing. So yes, there are a lot of African American people in Ghana. A lot of people, not for nothing. Everybody wants instant gratification. So some people did get fed up. Some people don't like the way. There's different. Ghana is very different. So I'm going to give y'all an example. And I think I pat myself on the back because I think I did very good. So the mister went to church this morning. The laundry lady shows up. Her name, he said, this is Auntie Maggie. Okay. So my understanding, when she came before, my understanding is when someone is older than you, you call them auntie, uncle, ma, madame, whatever. Okay, so this person is like 15 years younger than me. So I sent a message and I said, Maggie is here. And after a couple of minutes, I got a response back. Do you mean Aunt Maggie? No, I said what I said. Maggie, I'm older than her. So I had to catch myself from blowing a gasket. Don't reprimand me. I said what I said. I called her by her freaking name. I didn't put no aunt on it or blah, blah, blah. So when he come back, I said, explain. Before I go off, before I go ham, because I'm a little on edge right now. Explain to me why you reprimanded me for calling her just Maggie instead of Aunt Maggie when I'm 15 years her senior. And he said, oh, it's just like sister or brother. It's just the way we address people. So even from the East, there's cultural differences here that I have to relearn. So I got okay with it because I was like, okay, just explain to me. But, check yourself about how you be, correcting me and stuff, because I don't like to be corrected in the first place. And second of all, did you mean, don't ask me, did you mean this? No, I said what I said. Now, if it was wrong, you just say, oh, you're supposed to refer to her as such and such. Okay, and you need to explain that to me. And so it doesn't matter. He said, even if it's like a person that's maybe in their teens or early 20s, they may refer to me as grandma. Baby, I'm glad you let me know that, because I think I would have been rubbed the wrong way as some of these little heifers come here to my grandma. What? I always say I'm an old lady, but hold up, player. Wait a minute. And I know most of my friends is grandparents. I am not. Okay? I am not. So I'm still learning. I'm learning as I go. So, and it's real serious with the left and right hand thing here. You eat with your right hand. You never offer your left hand, not even to pay somebody. If you're eating and you have to reach something, you apologize for using the left hand. And I would like to think in 2022 that they really, I don't even want to get into that. Y'all using your hand to wipe y'all ass. I don't know. Anyhow, let me see here. Hey, Thomas, you keep missing the notification alerts. Hello. Happy Bitcoin Pizza Day. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I do got a couple of dollars. Is that something that I need to buy? Let me know. I'm gonna put Find My Niches thing back up here. Is this a thing? Let me know if that's something I need to be investing with, because I'm trying to take advantage of not spending so much money. In the Gambia, they're jumping over compound walls, stealing car parts, scarce. They're stripping cars on the street, and mechanics have to sleep at shops to keep cars safe. Okay, the Gambia has been having issues. The Gambia is a prime example of foreigners coming in, building up these big ass houses and all this land, grabbing up all land grabbing is what I'm calling it. And the people there are super duper poor. They're so poor to the point where there's certain things that are unmentionable that people don't like to hear about that has become okay. And I'm talking, it's not just like maybe, young adults, young people, they're going for the children. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Their infrastructure does not exist. So you're going into a place and you're doing all this building up, and now your ass is getting robbed. People don't like to talk about it. People blasted Art Kathy and all this stuff when she basically put the Gambia on blast. The people from the diaspora was bickering amongst each other. The Gambia really had some serious issues going on. Now, my friend wanted to go there for studies because he feels like the Ghana, the what is it? The major that he's his focus, the industry is saturated here in Ghana. So I was like, you can go to the Gambia by yourself, and I don't really care. Don't come for me. If you love the Gambia, that's fine and dandy. I was on to the Gambia before I knew any of these people from the US and the UK had landed on the Gambia. I was actually a huge fan of, what is her name? Poema Jones. I used to buy these hats from her that she made before I ever came to Africa and before I even started um, you know, looking into moving to Africa. And even she was from like the Netherlands or somewhere, and she said it was hard and it was rough, and she was trying to establish a business there, and it was, it was hard. It was hard to find people, because sometimes when people are in a rut, they like to stay in a rut. You can't help everybody, not because not everybody wants to be helped. But one of the backsides of people running to the Gambia, and the Chinese and their pipeline and all this stuff, the people get fed up. And so now they're like, oh, look at them. They over there flashing. They done bought all these lots of land. Let's go rob them. And that's their mindset. We don't care. We don't care if we need it or not, because now we're jealous. We have animosity. And yeah, it happens. It happens. And that's why I said, you have to be real careful. I'm not telling nobody what not to do with their money. Do what you do. But when you do certain things, so I always tell people, I ain't got no money. We the same, brother. We both trying to make it. You come over here, how much you need, or, oh yeah, I can do that, and tip in, because these people ain't used to getting tips. I ain't got no money. Okay, that's my favorite. I ain't got none either. When they get to talking, some people come here and they buy these trotros, and then the person will drive it for them. Oh, for real? Oh, that's nice. I'm glad somebody got some money like that. I ain't got no money. Don't even tell me your story. I don't know. I ain't got none. I don't got none. Okay, real simple. We're going to nip that in the bud. But it's just, we don't know, because we kind of still got this trained monkey mentality where white people treat us a certain way in the United States and the UK, and then we come to Africa and we treat Africans the way that white people treat us in these other places. Oops, did I say that out loud? I did. I said it. Now deal with it. Fix your mind. And so, yeah, so that is one of the reasons why, two of the reasons why I don't want to see the Gambia for maybe more than 5 days. And that might be stretching it. Yes. Fitzroy. Good morning. Muhammad. Okay, wait a minute. What does this thing keeps doing? Yes. Hey, Muhammad. Long time no see on this live. Nikita. Yes. Then the thing about inflation is Nikita says inflation is hurting all of us. Then the beer, so now they say drink and don't drive. That's a good one. That is a really good one. Here's the thing. Inflation is hurting all of us, but some of us in other countries, like I was saying, I don't know if you were in here yet, about the minimum wage in Kenya. These people, when you hear what their minimum wage is, like we complaining about $7 an hour. So somebody help me here. $7 an hour times 40 hours a week is what? $280. 280 times 4 is what? 1120, something like that. It's over $1,000, correct? So over $1,000 a month. And I know, granted, the things in the US cost way much more money. But people in Kenya just got a minimum wage increase to $130 a month. They still got houses. A lot of people got cars. Most of the people got motorcycles. Their fuel has always been expensive. It's like when I went to the Bahamas in the 90s, their gas was like $5 a gallon back in the 90s. And we were complaining. I think we were still at 96 cents. So these places, it's hard for the local people. It's hard. It's rough. And that's why I would say, they say, oh, stop saying how cheap stuff is. It is cheap. You want me to lie? It's cheap because that's all the local people can afford. Their economy is different. So yes, when we come from the United States and we see these prices on stuff, we're like, dang. And the first thing that us's want to do is build a McMansion. Not me, of course, because who's going to clean it? I'm just saying, not me. I want something small and clean and safe. People want to And that's, oh my gosh, let me just state, there's certain people that I just really truly don't like on YouTube. I don't go blasting. I don't say who they are because who cares? I'm not going to give you that kind of publicity, not on my channel. But there is a channel that I don't like because the person seems to be quite negative. And they were saying basically the same thing about people from the diaspora coming in and building up these communities, building houses and living in the same areas together. Now I may give away the greatest hint, but shit, when you a part of the diasporan community in Zanzibar, where the condos and stuff was like 60,000 starting minimum 60,000, weren't you a part of that? I'm just saying. Now you're saying it's a bad idea. You wasn't thinking about that when you was trying to get them 60 G's per condo or little house hut, whatever it is, in this one community. And I said then, like, who wants to do that? And why would I spend that much money in Africa? Not when that's not the going rate. I'm not saying that I wouldn't spend that kind of money because it's Africa. I wouldn't spend that kind of money because that's not how much the stuff goes for there. That's the price that a foreigner put when they built the stuff up. The difference between an African building a house and a foreigner building a house, the price goes up. Miss me with it. Miss me with all of that. That's my rant for that. Let me see. Those great houses building is another form of gentrification. It will cause future problems for the diaspora. Yes, they're calling it gentrification now. It's going on in Accra, in Osu, and it's really funny, not funny, but the girl that I was watching her video, she was standing in front of the hotel that I stayed at on my first visit to Accra when I didn't know any better. And that area, she said, it's called Osu, is being gentrified. And baby, I went through a travel agent the first time I came to Ghana, and she put me up. She put me up in a nice place. So much I didn't even just realize how much I had paid until when I went back later on that year and tried to book at that same place and looked at the price. And I was like, I paid that much money for this place. So basically what I paid for one night at this place, I paid for another place, a local place, a whole month. It's unheard of. And so those that you don't know, I am the type of person when I travel, I ain't trying to spend no money on no hotel because I only plan to be there to go to sleep at night. And if I was younger, I probably wouldn't see it at night either. But I don't spend a lot of money. People like to go and live in the lap of luxury. If that's your thing, that's fine and dandy. But if I'm going to a foreign country that I have never been to, maybe it's my second time going there, I don't plan on spending all my money on no freaking hotel. That's just dumb to me. That's really dumb. I get it that you want clean. You can get clean and not break the bank. But if the lap of luxury, like Jamaica, a lot of people go to Jamaica and they get in these expensive all-inclusive resorts, because from my understanding, it's just unsafe to leave the resort. I'm not that type. Why am I going to come and live in your prison for 5 to 10 days and not see what the local people are doing? That's just me. I like to know what y'all doing. I like to when I went to Barbados, what y'all over here doing? I'm not trying, my friend, she's like, oh, let's stay at this hotel, and ended up, that was a crap ass hotel. So luckily I stuck to my guns and we stayed at the one we stayed in. You can get some decent hotels for a reasonable price and not be locked into a resort that if you come off of that resort, you liable to get robbed because they looking at you like, oh, you just spent all that money at that resort. Let's get them. No, I want to be able to walk out the door, walk down the street, and then find the hood and see what y'all doing. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be street. I can be very street and blend right in. Like, hey, these are my people. Not like, oh my gosh, look at that. We're staying at the 12-star resort and now you robbed. Now you beat the hell up and you robbed, trying to be an uppity mofo. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. Let's just keep it real. I'm just saying. Aha. Hi, Kate. I'm still trying to work my way down this list. What's the price of the places? Now, if I tell you I gotta beat you up or something. But no, they were very reasonable. I think and CDs, I'll tell you on the next video once I get it. Are you in? Where are you, Kate? That left hand thing would annoy me, but it's their culture. Yes, because I find I'm ambidextrous. So I use both hands. I can write with both hands. I can do some things I can do. Like if I jab you, my left hand is just as deadly as my right hand. But I find that because they're telling me that I'm not supposed to be using my left hand, that I use my left hand more. Cause I be bucking the system, but when I think about it, I'm so grossed out. Like, ew, is that what y'all doing with y'all left hand? It's the same way in Saudi Arabia as well. They were like, do not offer your left hand to people in Saudi Arabia. Okay, I get it. Like, didn't really see that many people when I was in Saudi Arabia, but it's all good. And that was a military thing. No, don't think that I was just traveling there to be traveling there. I don't got it like that. But anyway. Let's see. Please don't. Whoops. Snatch and grab robberies are sharply increasing here in the U.S. as well. Yes, they are. I didn't mean to put that up there. I was trying to scroll. How come it's okay? There it is. I was trying to read it. Yes, that you know as well as I. You're from Chicago. I'm from metropolitan Detroit. Other people from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We know that things happen, and they've been happening for our people. Like there was a lot of people that didn't know about this black policeman back in the 50s and 60s in Detroit, Marzette. He was a black high-ranking police officer in the city of Detroit by day. By night, he was a big drug kingpin. He got in trouble. He did, all this stuff. And it was one of the downfalls when the heroin and everything came into Detroit and it was popping. And Detroit, New York, these places. And that was one of the deaths of Detroit, these drug epidemics that come in. And then the big three started closing down and laying off people, because everybody had migrated to Detroit to get a job at the plant, Ford, Chrysler, GM, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden they started laying off people hungry. Now here we go stealing and robbing. We gonna eat, and we ain't gonna do nothing else. We gonna eat, and how we gonna eat if we ain't got no money? We gonna take it. And so it's no different here. But the difference here is, as a foreigner, you stand out. You really stand out for whatever reason. Whether you try to keep your mouth closed, I be trying to sit back like I'm a deaf mute and not say nothing. It don't work. They still know that you're a foreigner. It just is what it is. So it's okay. But I have a good protection system here, even though I'm still bucking the system. I have a strong protection system here. The person that's making sure my safety. And I'm a little like angry, like, because I'm used to doing stuff how I want to do it. And that's what I was told today. And you came here and you just think you can do it how you want to do it. Yes, I do. Not on my watch. Okay, well, maybe you're fired. You fired. You're fucking fired. I don't want to be under your watch. And then I'm like, shit, you better shut up, because these people over here ain't playing. But, it's a good thing to know somebody. And sometimes you can't. So in Tanzania and Kenya, it wasn't so, it wasn't like this. For whatever reason, there was means. Maybe it's the presidents. I'm just saying, I don't know. I still don't have a grasp on what's really going on with Nana Addo in Ghana, because he has done some really great things. But I guess it's like that cow with the bucket of milk. You made a good pail, now you done kicked it over. So I don't know what's going on in Ghana. But here I am. Bad timing, but here I am. It's not to say, like, my little money that I make tutoring, I'm still going to be okay. It's the local people that it's affecting, which is another thing. Y'all, it's hot as fire all year round in Ghana. Why they ain't got no potatoes? I'm just saying, ain't no potatoes. They said, oh, it's not time for potatoes. What you mean it ain't time for potatoes? Potatoes is any time. What? Get them from your neighbor. I don't know, get them from East Africa. I need a potato. And then I went to the grocery store and they had a bag of pre-cut French fries for 77 CDs, which is roughly $11. How much y'all paying for some Ore-Idas? They weren't even Ore-Idas. And I was like, who does that? I guess I won't be eating no freaking potatoes. And I'm having withdrawals because I love potatoes. Potatoes for breakfast, potatoes for lunch. Let me see. Hash browns for breakfast, or southern, what you call it, southern fried potatoes with the onions. French fries for lunch, and mashed potatoes or a baked potato for dinner. I don't care. I eat potatoes, 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 potatoes. Not a one. That's a thing here. There's no freaking potatoes. So I knew something was wrong then. So yes. Let's see. Every time I touch this, the screen just goes way crazy. Let me see. Mechanics and car parts that last. Well, and I think they got their cars, they have some different kind of parts on them than we have. I don't know. Like in the military, anybody was in the military, you could take your shoestring out your boot and fix the engine and make the engine run. They got something like, it might say Toyota, but they got some different stuff because like they can pull these things apart really easily and put them back together and fix it like real simple. And I'm like, what kind of cars are these? Excuse me. But yeah, they have little mechanics and everything, but I'm just saying the brakes, the way they slam on brakes here, for sure. 0.33 for taxes, 33% for taxes. Yeah, our income. Yeah. And I think in Kenya, the guy told me they pay like 25%. So just imagine 25% of your $130. And that's minimum wage. That's not even saying if most of the people that have restaurants trying to make a living or driving a trotro or whatever, they don't work for somebody. They hope that they get clients and customers and that they can pay their 25%. But I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Hi, Stacy. I hope you're still in here. I'm trying to scroll down and look. Y'all, this one right here, this is one of 4. We grew up together. I'm gonna cry. Hi, Stacy. I miss you too, girl. Oh, I'm talking about since childhood, since birth. And is it safe to say that Stacy is the oldest? and I'm the youngest. I'm the horrible youngest person. Hi, Nyla. Yes. I've been the youngest. I'm always the youngest somewhere. Raising hell. That is me. I ain't for no type of mess. Okay, Kate, you're in London. Oh, okay, so yeah, stuff is expensive in London. Woo-wee. Yes. Left hand and London. Yeah. But I'm trying to get it. So most of the time, I'm assuming it's like a universal thing because we are people that, we like to give dap or whatever. So everything is fist pump. You give them a right fist pump, everything. So I said, maybe if I get some pockets and just stick my left hand in my pocket, I will be okay. Yes. And I remember that being a thing before when I came to Ghana too, that left hand. So it's still a thing. My friends here in the U.S. are from other countries. So I had a friend took me abroad to her country. She wanted me to stay at a hotel. Come here to see Americans. Exactly. People don't understand. They're like, oh, have you talked to this person and that person? I'm like, no. Why would I? I live I live in my last place. I know most people wouldn't have lived there. They were still building it. It looked like a combat zone, but it was reasonable and cheap, even though I had critters of all sorts. And I knew once they got finished with it, it was going to be really nice. And I know there's some people that think they're too good to live in a situation like that. But I was like, I'm good. As long as my roof ain't leaking, we good. We are good. I don't have all those issues and hangups. And just state for the record, the United States military had me sleeping outside in a freaking sleeping bag that I barely fit in. And that was it, under the stars, so it's just like, okay, I don't have to be in this lap of luxury, because the lap of luxury is expensive. And I've learned to pinch a penny. My dad used to be super duper stingy. And I'm geared towards, I look just like my mama, and my mama has awful spending habits. She'll spend every dime as soon as she get it. And I prayed to God not to let me be like that. So I may be a little extreme, but I don't like spending money like that. There used to be a time when I didn't care. And I had Coach purses and all sorts of designer bags and shoes. I couldn't tell you not where none of those things are at this very moment. Because what happens when I move, I give stuff away or I leave it behind. So when I say I'm starting from, scratch here in Ghana, don't feel sorry for me because it ain't my first rodeo. I do it all the time. When I was in the United States, I did it. Like I said, when I moved to Africa, I had a whole big, oh, they out there dealing on something. They building something. Oh yeah, a house caught on fire. I think they repairing it like last Sunday. They don't wait, they don't play around. I think it's that's what they're working on out there. But anyway, yes, I leave stuff behind and I start from scratch. I don't hold on to material things because in the long run you will be blessed exceedingly abundantly if you believe such. And I believe that because I have given away and left behind a lot of stuff, And then I also learned that it's okay to wear the same shirt 2 or 3 times in a week or whatever. God, you mess with me, I wear the same thing for a week and they'd be like, oh, I don't do nothing. I'm not doing nothing strenuous. Like now here, it may be a little difficult because I sweat a lot, but I'm not above it. I have my favorite outfits, and that was a thing. If I hadn't touched it since I've been here, I was only in Kenya for 2 months. It got left behind. And I found the same. I got these blue like navy camouflage leggings. They're my favorite. They're my absolute favorite. I think I've only worn them once since I've been in Ghana. I put on these dresses and I'm comfortable. So I got these little thin dresses that I got in Zanzibar. That's what I wear. It ain't no fashion show. If you've seen it 2 or 3 times since I've been here, so what? You gonna beat me up? I'm trying to downsize. I'm trying to get to the point where everything I got fits in that backpack. But I am going to upgrade my backpack to a 55-liter. I have a 38-liter now. And when I get that 55-liter backpack, everything that I own will go into that backpack. You think it's a joke? Stay tuned. It's going to happen eventually because that's just the way I feel. We are so used to excess. Excuse me. That's me fumbling over them similar words. Excess. Us and excess. I saw a thing with a former person saying she had over 500 pair of shoes. Now she's selling them online. Who does that? Us. It's a mental illness because we think that means we have overcome. We haven't. They still don't like us. So why am I going to spend my money? Boom. Chew on that for a little bit. So, yeah, Nyla, that's what I do as well. I'm here for the local people. I'm also, I'm trying to learn that language because now I got to start all over again. But I think if I was more interested in learning Twi than Swahili, I don't know why, but I was gung ho at one point about Ghana before I came to visit. Once I came to visit, and then I ended up in East Africa. So I got to start back over again. Yeah, I got my little African name and all that stuff. Don't rent this house and these people. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of stuff that okay, so let's just factor in one of the things that they should tell you, like when you come to Africa, you know how even if you got a receipt, 9 times out of 10, there is no refund. You just charge it to the game. You ain't gonna get no money back. So one of the things was when I came from Accra to Bogotanga, I got a bus. And oh, did I say that how much better the buses are over here? Ooh, luxury. So I get my bus ticket. And so the mister, knowing that he had to go to work, he's like, wait another day. And I was like, I've been traveling for like 2 days. I'm not stopping until I get to my last final destination. And so it was, I think you really should wait. And so me being me, and I was like, okay. And I got on that bus, but I did, in my defense, go ask the person, could I either get a refund or take that ticket and get on a different bus? And he told me no, I couldn't even change buses. So I had no choice but to come. So that was one of the things, one of the discussions, like, you never called, you never told me you were on the way. I ain't got time for all that. The little foo-foo ass SIM card that I buy wasn't even working. I got here and you knew it. So there you have it. I'm here now. But yeah, they won't let you exchange, or that's with a lot of stuff. Once you spend your money. Now, if you go to like one of these places like ShopRite or something like that, then yeah, you can go take the receipt. But that's just like being in the United States, because when you look at these things like Game in Dar es Salaam, at the bottom last page of the Game advertisement, or advertisement, whichever way y'all want to say it, they got a thing of what they accept: Visa, MasterCard, Game credit card, or Walmart credit card. In Africa, imagine that. So you have to be leery of these things. You still giving your money to these big conglomerates from the US. And so that's why I had to stop shopping at Game. I was like, oh, they Walmart. I knew I liked them, but I knew they shit was expensive, like mad expensive. So yes, those places you can do and take your receipt and do an exchange or whatever. But for the most part, no, you ain't finna get no exchange or whatever. So yes, you should let people know, be leery. Now, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get what you pay for. If you don't like it, that's on you. So that's why you're not going to get your money back. It's just like, okay, it don't fit. Okay. You want to buy another one? It's like real simple. And most of the time here in Ghana, you get your stuff made. Seamstress is a thing here. Like, I was just amazed passing up all the seamstress shops. One of them looked like they had about 10 sewing machines up in there. They didn't come to play. They come to make your clothes. So you have to make sure that your things are right and exact, and that you're okay with it. Now, just places that you can look at reviews and see, did they have roaches? Is it not clean? Do they not? Because a lot of times with me, when I don't want to be bothered, so I will go into my room or B&B or whatever, and I'll lock the door. And when I leave out, because there's usually only one key, I will lock the door and take the key with me so they don't bother me. So I may go 2 or 3 days before they change my sheets. And then you got to go find them and tell, hey, can you run up in here and change these sheets? Because they don't come and change your sheets every day. They don't care what you think about that. They're not doing it. And I'm like, I'm okay with it, because I'm like, I'm the one that's laying on them. I ain't doing nothing. I'm clean. I bathe 12 times a day with this heat. So, it's okay. I'm okay with that. It's different things. There's different things like y'all. And I'm surprised we good today for whatever reason. They got some of the biggest damn lizards. And I don't even jump no more. They be scampering across the wall, and I'm like, okay, stay where you at. Just don't fall off the wall. We okay. And I walk through, because when you stand up, they start running. And they huge. They not the tiny ones. These things is like, and they juicy, they fat. And I'm like, your fat ass gonna fall off the wall. When you do, please don't land on me. It's all good. So you can't get away from that. That's this African heat. The lizards love it. Thank you, Nyla. Show. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm double clicking on everything, and I'm just like, wow. Yeah, the U.S. is gone crazy with the mass shootings, and it's all over. Everybody's focusing on one thing, but it's actually all over. So that same time as Buffalo happened, my understanding that it happened in 3 or 4 other places as well. LA, South Carolina, and New Orleans, they stay killing each other all the time down there, all the time. Just it's like a thing. They took over Detroit's place of being the most murderous city in the United States. Yeah, when you keep it real, and it's not to say, because I am, let me say for the records, out of my siblings, my oldest siblings, for those of y'all in the United States and y'all in the know, My mom and daddy was from Memphis, Tennessee. My oldest brothers was born in Memphis. And if you know anything, you know Memphis kind of gangster. Excuse me. The next two was born inside of Detroit. And then here comes me. I was born out in the suburbs. I'm a suburbanite, but I always tell people, because you're from the suburbs, you have to be a little bit tougher, because inner city people seem to think you a motherfucking joke. Excuse my language, not really, but you know, it is what it is. So you have to be a little bit tougher than the next person, so you don't get tried from being from the burbs. I'm just saying. So anyway, yeah, that's just me. You know, I'm always gonna keep it real. They say you can't, when you tell lies and stuff, you can't remember the lies. You get caught up. So I ain't got time for it. I'm gonna tell you it's the truth. If you don't like it, Thomas, will come over here and do some breaks. Matter of fact, come over here and fix the damn internet. Make it better. Make it strong. Yes, yes, yes. Now I'm just saying the way they drive. Yes, Nikita, we are so used to excess. Oh, y'all was doing real good today. I sure appreciate y'all. Y'all had me reading. What was that? Get hooked on phonics. I was reading my tail off today. Yes. But yeah, so this is the thing here. And I'm still okay. Like I said, I'm okay. And I think it is knowing that once I get someplace where the internet is okay, that I will definitely be okay. Right now, I'm not pressed because I'm not wanting for anything, but I don't need for anything, but I want my own, if that makes sense. I'm still a work in progress. I'm a big follower of Shahrazad Ali. I don't even know how I'm a follower of Shahrazad Ali. I love her to pieces, and I can't seem to fully submit. You know, and there's a rule of thumb. You can't submit you can't follow a man if that man doesn't know where he's going. But I have a friend that is well put together and knows where he's going and knows what's what, and I still can't. I'm like, what's wrong with me? That mouth is slick. Woo! Like Little Richard. That mouth is slick, you know, but it's all good. And I'm glad, I'm appreciative. And I did tell him I really did appreciate him for being here to help me to find my way around Northern Ghana, because I had never been to Northern Ghana, which just seems to be the trend. I like going places where I never been, and I like going places where everybody ain't there. So yes, here I am in the midst of, even though there is, for them it's really bad, I still can't really totally tell, but I do notice that some things are a little bit pricey from before when I was here to now. And it's really sad because I really do like Ghana, and I hope that things start to get better soon for them. And I mentioned before, you know, they got all them sanitation trucks and stuff. Ghana done cleaned up. So if I had to pick a place, it definitely would be Ghana, because this is the first place that I came to when I came to Africa. And it was just some things that I didn't really like at that time, but they're really trying to do better. So I really hope their economy picks up. And I'm still, one of you really smart people can help me understand, because I've heard it more than once. What the hell does the war in Ukraine have to do with Africa? Everybody keeps saying, oh, this is like this because of the war in Ukraine. What they got to do with y'all? What they got to do with y'all? That's between them folks over there. What? So one of y'all really smart, analytical, economical majors, you know, mastered up, PhD'd up. Explain that to me. What does that hell that got to do with Africa? Yeah, I'm just saying. Anyway, you spent 10 years in Memphis. Yeah, Thomas, I know you spent 10 years in Memphis, and you know that's not, you know, it used to be a time where Whitehaven was the place to be. I don't think Whitehaven is so safe no more. Yeah. Thank you, Stacy. I'm so glad you're here. But to make it home soon, but please save this date. Okay, I sure will save that date. I'm gonna get with you on Facebook to find out what that date is for. And my intentions was to never ever return to the United States ever again. But there's maybe one situation where I may have to come back to the US. That's also a thing. But if not, you know, if I have to come, I'm not going to be mad at it because it's just going to be something that needs to be done. And you'll still be getting videos from me because that's going to be that would be an adventure for sure. For sure. And yeah, so I'm actually waiting for the word from that to see just what's what. Communication network. Okay, yes, all of that, because let me tell y'all, I don't think it was, actually, I think it was, I don't know, anybody that's here, nothing impacted. Thank you, Caroline, because I just wanted to know why people keep telling me that stuff is being impacted because of some war in some other place that ain't got nothing to do with us. There's this soda. Any of y'all know what this malt? Mine was Puma malt. Okay, it kind of tastes like Coca-Cola, but it has a weird little taste to it. It's made from the malt from barley or whatever. And I was drinking that and I couldn't understand why I was running to the bathroom. I think it was that drink because I did stop drinking them. You know, or it was that or the water. I'm not sure. But here, and they cook with the water and stuff. Like, I cooked with the water in Tanzania, but I don't just directly drink the water from the tap here. So I'm not understanding. Like, Ghana just made some waste management plants and they got their sanitation trucks and it's looking good. I must say, Ghana is starting to, I could tell the difference. So yeah, that water treatment may be a thing, especially out in the more rural areas. They may very well need Michigan Safari. That is funny. Yes, they may very well need that out in the rural areas for shitty fiscal behavior. Yeah, I believe so. Because I just couldn't even, especially in Kenya. So if y'all don't know, right before I left Kenya, I was on the coast. Like for let's say this 1 week, there was 2 days we had no petrol. They call it petrol. We call it gas. They had no petrol for 2 days. The truck came and filled up on the third day. They ran through that like nobody's business. We went 2 more days with no petrol. So when I told that to my guy in Nairobi, he said, "Oh, we went all week with no gas." And so I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, it's because of the war in Ukraine." I'm like, "What? What the hell that got to do with y'all gas? Where y'all getting y'all gas from? I mean, if y'all ain't got to go all the way over there, y'all friends over here in Takoradi, Ghana, ain't nothing but refineries over there. Go get that shit from over there." Nigeria got more crude oil than freaking Saudi Arabia ever thought to have. What are you talking about? It's because of Ukraine. Huh? I didn't understand. And then they had some French man that was hoarding the gas at their gas company, and they tried to deport him, and France wouldn't let them. How does that work? So it's a lot of stuff over here, y'all. You got to really, you got to know some stuff, and you got to get some understanding because it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. Because I want you to tell me how, if I kick you out my house, how you gonna tell me you ain't gonna leave without getting my foot in your ass? Real simple. Real simple. You can stay up in mine if you want to after I gave you one warning and one warning only to get the hell out. And you tell me you're not going to leave. Okay. They're going to be like, 25 years ago, this person came up missing. Now, we just pulled up the basement floorboards and we found human remains. Okay. Stay up in my spot if you want to after I done told you to leave. I don't understand the logic of that. But, we as a people, we like to keep the peace. Not me. Not me. Okay, so let's see. Back to the thing. Michigan Safari. I think that's still funny. Experience runaway inflation because of the printing of money by the central banks. Okay, y'all know who Smart Money Chick. I told y'all she knows something about everything. If she didn't have an answer, nobody had an answer. Intestinal flora has to adjust. Is that what it is? Silverback, because I tell you what, I was getting I was like, every time I come to Ghana, I get sick. I don't have no problems nowhere else. but I come to Ghana and we have some issues. So yeah, I have to adjust. I said it's because the food is too rich and I'm not used to eating all this food. I get a meal cooked for lunch and for dinner, and if I didn't put a stop to it, for breakfast too. I don't eat like that. 2.9 billion worth of agriculture products too. And soybeans. And I don't understand that because they grow soybean like crazy here in Ghana. That's one of the things. Cocoa, what was the other? Cocoa, soybean. It's something else. It's another thing that they grow here. Wow. Okay, but mm, mm, I'm not understanding that. That's really crazy. This one I'm not understanding. When this land here, this rich soil here, and the climate, the tropical climate, that's that. Oh, we'll buy this from you if you buy this from us. It's crazy. Yes, Carolyn, that's why I say Nigeria got it going on. I even thought about going there. I'm gonna get some guts because this girl was at this market, and I'm like, ooh, I want to go to that market. It had like secondhand kitchenware, and it was huge. And the video was like 40 minutes long, and she was just going through and getting all this stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to go there. Now that's what I like. Let me get pick apart your secondhand shop. Ooh. Caroline, are you from Nigeria? Is it because of loans? Loans, okay. Who are they? I don't. Yeah, Tanzania is about to be behind them because I think they said within like the time the vice president took over to the end of the year, she had got Tanzania into like 65 million US dollars, $1 million in debt already because she's taking out loans and she was starting up projects that the previous president had had shut down. So it's bad business. This bad business practice across the board. Yeah, they want to possess them. The thing is, I can tell black people stuff till I'm blue in the face about the continent. Come to the continent, regardless of how unstable it is. Because there are some very stable parts. There are some very, very stable parts. Like I was looking at, how do you say it? Abidjan, Cote Ivory Coast. I can't even pronounce. I'm not French, so don't expect me to pronounce that French shit. Okay. And they were talking about how it was this metropolis with these skyscrapers and this, that, and the other. I'm like, shit, I should have went to the Ivory Coast. Cote d'Ivoire, whatever they call it. I don't know. They should make that shit simple. And that's one of the other reasons why you speaking French, you got all that French stuff going on. I can't participate. France is the enemy. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But I would love to go visit. I would love to. I wish Mali would get it together. They kicking the French out. I'll be there. Yes, all that's right over here. But we don't even know. People are still asking about certain stuff that's so like 1880, and this is 2022. Like there's these places have it going on. And just so you know that they have it going on, white people come over here all the time and they love Africa. Don't you think it's a reason for that? There's a reason why they come in here and we still sitting back to my, no, I ain't going over there. I might get kidnapped. I might get this. I might get that. Don't nobody want your crusty behind. Just come on over here. Let your presence, I keep saying it, let your presence be known so that they can get used to us. It's like when, and I hate to use this as an example and don't be offended, but it's like a mother that puts a child up for adoption. Only thing in our case, we were stolen. So if you stole one son and you didn't steal the other son, now that son has started generations and generations over here in the US, and this son has started generations and generations over here in Africa. Y'all two different, completely different entities now. You came from the same womb. You come together, you join up together, your descendants join up together, and it's like day and night. Y'all might look exactly the same, because I have seen people over here. I was like, my God, look at that person, look just like so and so, and this person look just like so and so. Your genes, your genetics don't tell a lie, but you're so far removed, you don't know each other. So it's like, okay, now this child is 45 looking for their birth mother. Y'all don't know each other no more. And you came out of that wound. It's up to y'all to patch it up and get it back right, because we still the same. I don't care what nobody say. So got some people talking about this transatlantic slave trade never happened. Use a mofo lie. I know it did, because I know one of mine was stolen. Now, you can say whatever you want to, but I know one of mine was stolen. But we got to get back together. These people coming over here for a reason. They know something that they've been keeping for us for a long time. And a lot of them, don't sleep on it, are coming over here and going to university. While the people here in Africa trying to get abroad to go to university. Y'all got universities right here. My friend is wants to practice law, was working on his master's degree. I looked up the best law programs in Africa. Okay, what? Okay. Number one, of course, was South Africa. We ain't going there. Nairobi, Tanzania, Nigeria, got some of the best law universities in Africa. Don't sleep on it. Yes. Ooh, y'all really busy today. Ooh. Nyla, if all goes accordingly, inshallah, I will be here in Ghana in August. That's just a few months away. So, child, I'm tired. I have to take a break from moving every now and then. So, yes, it's my plan. Like I said, this visa expires in 2024, and this is where I plan to ride it out. So I'm hoping, they just stay as calm as they possibly can here in Ghana, because I don't plan on going nowhere. Now I plan on doing some backpacking. So if you want to come and backpack to a couple of countries with me, you're more than welcome to do so. For sure. Caroline, you must be one of my Nigerian cousins. Oh, you're from Uganda. Okay. Now I was digging Uganda as well. And like I said, I was complaining about being landlocked, and look at me. I'm in northern Ghana. I'm not even on the coast. I'm up here in the north, up here close to Burkina Faso. Mm-hmm. Yes. But yes, Nigeria has been run by corruption for a very long time. And they didn't learn that on their own. I'm pretty sure of it. But you got two classes of people in Nigeria, the filthy rich and the filthy poor. And that's just it. But I love Nigeria. That's my bloodline. Nigeria. Okay. We are over the top. I love everything that glitters and sparkles. And I want to dress like the king of men, king of boys every day. I want to be the king of boys. She was gangster. But yes, no, I love Nigeria. I absolutely do. And I'm going to get there eventually. I'm going to not be afraid, and I'm going to go, because there is just a lot of people in Lagos and Abuja. I just, got to the age where the crowds, my gosh. And I found a cousin, a blood cousin from the River Delta region. So actually my people, eclectic mixture of Yoruba and Ijaw. That much I do know. Okay. Yes. Fitzroy, you said a mouthful. And when we stop, it's gonna be like, ooh. And that's the problem. That's what they don't want. They do not want Africans as a whole to come together. It's been done repeatedly. As soon as a leader starts saying we finna have one language, or we finna have one money, or we finna have one this, they start doing those people away, because they know that if we as a people, Africans, descendants, all that, blackity black Africans come together, if 50% of us come together, the rest of the world can stand by. Um, you can stand by for sure, for sure, for sure. Now I thought Nano Ado was onto something when he told them people he wasn't sending them no more raw cocoa, or was he sending them any more of they raw gold? Because you know Ghana is the used to be called the Gold Coast. I don't know why, because when I went to the beach in Togo, that's where the sand looked like it was just littered with gold flecks. But Ghana is the Gold Coast. They sitting on some stuff, so I'm that's why I'm like, why y'all even having a problem over here? When y'all see those chiefs, the Ashanti chiefs, and they got on their kente cloth and they got all them big chunks of gold baubles around their neck and the hand and wrist and head, that ain't no joke. That's real. That's real, real. Is it really, really real? Is it really real? It's real. So I'm not understanding. I'm just thoroughly shocked. I am a little naive in some things, but I'm thoroughly shocked at what's going on here. It's got to be a hidden agenda. Somebody is up to no good. Mm-hmm. You can say Detroit. You're right. A lot of Africans look like Nigerians. Yes, it's everybody has a twin. What do they call it? A doppelganger or something? I don't know what they call that mess, but yes, everybody has a twin somewhere. I have to find the picture and I will share it on my community tab where my great great grandmother, who was stolen, my family says Sierra Leone, but I just, when I look at the datings, it may have been from that area, which is now modern day Sierra Leone, but I don't think it was in existence as Sierra Leone at that time. But she was about 9 years old. She told the story. She told the story of the ship ride. She told the story of the ship, because at that time that transatlantic slave trade had been outlawed. And so she said they went to a Caribbean island somewhere very tropical. And when they left there, the ship was full of green plants. And then it came into the US and I think up the coast of Virginia. And that's where her and her brother were auctioned off. And when they were auctioned off, he ran away. But I took my great great grandmother's picture and I put it next to Patrice Lumumba's wife. They look like twins. They look like absolute twins. And I got to find that. I did a collage of my great great grandmother, my great grandmother, my grandmother, and Patrice Lumumba's wife. And they look like Patui. They look like they was all deeply related. And I was trying to see if I can zoom in on my great great grandmother's picture to see if she had any scarification on her cheeks, but I couldn't tell on the picture, because that is a way to tell where people came from. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I saw that. What was that all about? This is the thing. Like Africans, we so soft, we so forgiving. Because I wish you would whip your little pink pecker out and piss on anything of mine. You won't have it very long. I'm not even, before I left the United States in 2020, I was on I wish a mofo would. That is the point that there was so much stuff going around. I was primed and ready at all times for a European descendant to try me in any way, shape, or form. I was ready. I was ready. I was ready. And I just refused to be like that over here. But that was disgusting. But then again, look where you're talking about. South Africa, you might as well be in the United States. And I keep telling people that. And they're like, Africans go to South Africa. And they be like, oh, it's not as bad as everybody is saying. What's your definition of not as bad? Because when I see South Africa, I see the United States. It's expensive. It's white racist people that's running shit down there. It's just awful. And they got some nice stuff. They got some beautiful coastline. I follow a young lady that she's a free diver, but I borderline don't hardly can't stand her because she love white people. Like mind you, you ain't gonna find very many black people that's free diving, but still you need to teach them or something. But it's just like, oh, we're all one people. That's a lie. I know you lying. I don't give a damn. With 31% European running through my veins, I don't give a damn. We ain't all one. We ain't the same. We are not. Not hardly. Next. Yes, Nyla, we will get it together on Instagram. You know where to hit me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, this was great. This is so lovely and fun. Do you guys have any questions? Let me restate and state again. I'm still good with Ghana. I don't, I understand what's going on and I hope it gets better. I have no intentions of leaving no time soon. No time soon. I would like to get reestablished with my tutoring schedule and get to a place that the internet is a little bit better. Other than that, we good. But it is a thing. It is a thing, and it is, it is what it is. So I'm not saying that I'm in any danger or anything like that, because hopefully it won't get to that point. Hopefully they will come in and do something. They were talking about how the US and all them sending all these millions to the Ukraine at the drop of a hat, and there's a drought in Ethiopia, Kenya, and somewhere else in that area, and the people need help, and they like spinning their wheels behind that because they want it to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if they did harp and sent the two, because when I was in Kenya it was pouring down raining every day. I'm like, okay, the northern Kenya and southern Ethiopia need this rain, not us down here. So I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of stuff that happens is not, people like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, call it what you like, but call it mad scientists. They always have been and they always will be. Yes. And rightfully so, it should be filled with sharks. They get them all, eat them all. But have you been to the coast of Kenya, Mombasa? Way better than Tanzania. Way better. Way better than Zanzibar. I could not believe it. I just came to Ghana from Diani Beach, Kenya, and it was absolutely beautiful. Crystal clear water. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I started off in Zanzibar, so I can say that it was even better than Zanzibar, which was absolutely amazing. Yes. So we're gonna get it together. We've got some of the most beautiful, also over here, Cape Verde. We got some of the most beautiful coastlines. We've got the riches. We just need some people. And I think the generations coming up, they are in the know that what's been going on is not acceptable. And sometimes you gotta, unlike some of the people that I am a huge fan of, and I won't say because you are from Uganda, so I will respect that. A lot of things people don't look at is that when the revolution pops off, sometimes you're gonna have to get rid of some of your own folks because they ain't gonna act right. They're gonna be on the take. They're gonna try to find their way. Their means of survival is going to the enemy and saying, hey, look, they over there doing this. So sometimes you just have to get rid of those people. It's a sacrifice that has to be made. So some of the people that I look up to, their very own people don't like them, and they, I think that those were some of the baddest men walking the face of Africa. And you can take that to the bank. You got to really just look into how these people came into power. And then once they got so powerful, it wasn't that it was their people that was unhappy. It was the Western world, because now we can no longer control this N word. He done got too big for his britches, but you put him there. And then he let you know that you're not going to come up in my country and run nothing. Now I used you to get here. Now y'all can get out. You, that y'all don't belong here. Get out. And that's what they meant. So I ain't mad at them. You have to just know, really, really know what it is. All right, y'all. I've been yippity yapping for almost 2 hours. This was a good subject. And I will let me state one more again. I am not on here complaining about Ghana. I'm just telling y'all what's going on. That Ghana is experiencing inflation and an economic crisis at the moment. They have been ranked the number 2 most expensive country in the world. That's a global ranking. And it's not based on the fact that, oh, okay, X, Y, and Z. Is based on the fact that the price of land purchase versus income. And it's not weighing, it's the scale is imbalanced right now. And so hopefully things will get better really soon, because this is one of the countries that I absolutely love. It's my first time in Africa was to Ghana. So it's my first love, my first African love. Yes. So, you know, we have to just be mindful of the things that's going on. I'm not here to just show y'all tourism and all this stuff, because I live here. I'm not a tourist. I keep saying that. So it's more of an inside look. I still watch videos of people saying what you need to do before you come to Africa. And I did quite the opposite. I ain't did nothing that they said do. I ain't did this and I ain't did that. And I'm still here. I ain't starting no business. I ain't did this and that. I'm still here. And it's been almost 2 years. And a lot of people with y'all plans and y'all this and that. I'm a free spirit. I go where the spirit moves me to go. And I'm still here. I'm still on this continent. Yes. Mm-hmm. Follow the route. Are you talking about Julius Malema? Because that's the only radical from South Africa that I'm willing to follow. Julius Malema, and at one time he was a little controversial as well, but he put them in their place. He breaks it down to them in layman terms. You don't belong here, and that's what I was. One of the channels about. Oh, the white South Africans. That's an oxymoron. I don't care how many times they generations. You were not. Your people did not originate from South Africa. My people originated from South Africa. I'm Khoisan. Okay, I am through and through, and there's nothing that can be done about it. So I know, like, y'all talking that trash, they don't belong. That'd be like a white Ugandan, a white Kenyan. Huh? If you can't go back thousands of years and find their DNA on your country and your part of the continent, miss me with it. I'm just saying. Yes, yes, SM. Y'all want to know, when am I coming back to Kenya? I don't know, but it's not off the list. You know, Kenya said I had to leave to reapply for a proper visa, so I took the opportunity to leave, and so I don't know when I shall be returning to Kenya, because I still got to hit Ethiopia, Sudan, Botswana, all that stuff over there that I didn't get to because I come over here to the West to conquer some land in the West. But who knows? One never knows when I will be back to Kenya. Yes, yes, yes. All right, y'all. Any questions? Any questions? Do, do, do. Yes, they do. And they always have since they discovered it. All of them and the Asians, you know, that if you haven't read the Destruction of Black Civilization, oh my goodness. You Chancellor Chancellor B. Williams, you have to read that book. That is a must read. The Destruction of Black Civilization. It breaks it down. He did this study over like almost 20 years. And one of the places, you know, this you got to factor in, this was back in the early 1950s or 60s, somewhere around there. And even back then, this decorated professor had a hard time in South Africa until some people that knew some people came to his rescue. South Africa was going to deny him entry like Tanzania did me. But yes, so see you later, Fitzroy. We winding it down here. If there's no more questions, maybe that'll be the topic for for next week, the history of these Caucasoids on Africa and why they want it, why they want to be here. Because apparently some of us don't know what Africa is. Africans don't even know what they're sitting on. Africa is some of the richest soil. They said anything can grow out the soil in Africa. And if you wearing it, jewelry, gold, tanzanite, rubies, amethyst, any precious gemstone you could think of, it come right out the soil in this continent. Copper, rubber, you name it, is here. I'm gonna get one of the maps to tell you everything. That crude oil, that crud, yes indeed, because that crud padded my pockets. And people just don't understand. Africa ain't poor. If they quit putting on them stupid feed the children commercials, now they focusing on the Ukraine. All of a sudden it's a die. You know what they rather do instead of help Africa? They want you to help the damn dogs and cats in the Ukraine. I said that, damn it, that they done went too far. Oh, send your donation so we can take care of the dogs and cats in Ukraine that's been devastated by this war, instead of helping these people that's experiencing drought in Africa. You know, they don't care about you. They want you to die because their numbers are decreasing. And that's what we're going to talk about next week, the hyperfertility of Africa versus the hypofertility of Europeans and why they do what they do. Yeah, that may be one for Patreon, because that will get heated. Got to pay to play on that one. All right, y'all. I need a nap. I'm ready to go to sleep. It's been real. The time went by way too fast today. Thank y'all for joining. If it was your first time on one of my crazy lives, please, please, please hit the like button. I already know where most of y'all done come from. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. We poly over here. My growth is poly, but it's growing nonetheless. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Yes, Caroline, please come back next week. We will discuss that. That's gonna be my, I'm a hone in on my inner Julius Malema on that one, because I got a lot to say about that. All right, y'all. I'm glad y'all came. Thank you for participating. Hello, Tanisha. How are you? Yes, I'm so glad. Some names that I've never seen today in the live chat. I really appreciate y'all. And I hope you enjoyed it, because to know me is to know I can go cat go. And when I'm passionate about a subject, I will drop some F-bombs. So if you're sensitive to cuss words, this might not be the place for you, because I like to cuss. All right, y'all. See y'all next Sunday. This is a standing appointment, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. on that east side of Africa, 3 p.m. for West Africa. Yes. All right, y'all. I got a couple of y'all. I need to get in touch with a couple of y'all to see what y'all was talking about. If you need to contact me, go to the About tab. I think my information is up to date for Instagram. And from Instagram, you can get the information for WhatsApp. And I think there's some information for Facebook as well. All right, because I will talk to any of y'all if y'all want to chitty chat and you got something positive to bring to the conversation and teach me something. I love to learn. It's a two-way street. All right, my water lilies. Mwah! It's been real. Ciao.